architect. I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with landscape architecture or the role that we play. I want to tell a little bof how it impacts your day-to-day life. And surprisingly, here in Greenville, it impacts you a lot in a lot of really positive ways. You can see it's Falls Park. Most of Falls Park was designed by landscape architects, gardeners, and all sorts of other people. It definitely enhances the quality of life. One thing that we do is provide a sense of space and a sense of place. Most of you will recognize that as Central Park in New York. It's considered the lungs of the city. There is absolutely no way that New York would be what it is today if it did not have Central Park, which was designed by the father of landscape architecture in the U.S. Most of you should recognize this slide also. This is Main Street here in Greenville. Before Main Street did its revitalization effort, it was not the vibrant city that it is today. Most of that effort was led by landscape architects by including street trees, wider sidewalks, on-street parking, which really opened up the corridors to allow the economic development. We also provide kind of a bridge between the architecture and the engineering. A lot of the things that you see have a design background, both for an aesthetic and for a functional point of view. It's the corporate headquarters. This is one of the ways they treat their stormwater. It also creates a fabulous focal point for everyone that's working there. These are some local examples of similar types of systems. This is Plaza in front of River Place, and then right here beside the Peace Center. These areas create that space between buildings and provide that area where people can come together, they can meet, they can mingle, they can meet each other for coffee, and start to really talk about how you interact and how you work with each other. We help create sustainable, livable communities. These are slides from Celebration, Florida, which is a completely master planned and developed community. It was designed with the principles of traditional new urbanist design, which tries to recreate those images that we have from the past and looks at how we design and plan for communities. These are images from a similar community here in Greenville. This is Carillion. This is one that I worked on. Some of the principles that are involved are smaller lots, more open community space. It really involves people to get out of their homes, meet their neighbors, have these parties and these interactions so that you really know who your kids are playing with, and it provides space for them to have safe play. Another way that we help create sustainable, livable communities is by treating and maintaining stormwater in a different, innovative approach. The bottom image is the headquarters for ASLA, which is our professional organization. It's a green roof system. It not only reduces the amount of rainwater that comes off into the stormwater system, but also improves the quality. We work in all forms of development. If you've ever been to a resort, you've experienced the beauty of landscape architecture. The vast majority of public spaces have a landscape architect involved in the process. This is a great piece down in Kiwa Island that was done by Owen van Sweden. Wait for the next slide. Speaking a little bit fast. We also, every time your kid plays t-ball or plays soccer, most likely that space was done by a landscape architect. This is a project that is ongoing in Central, which is close to Clemson. It's a master plan that we've been working on for a while, and it really is hoping to benefit the community in multiple ways by providing recreation space for the children, possible economic benefit for the community. We also work on gas stations. Really everything that you come into contact with in an exterior environment has most likely had, or at least it should hopefully have, the influence of a landscape architect or a good designer so that you improve those spaces. There we go. All right, good design also will improve your quality of life. A lot of people might recognize this. This is Centennial Park in Atlanta. That area before the Olympics was extremely run down. There was nothing there. It was economic blight. After they built the park space, this area has seen huge improvements in economic development. The citizens use the space. It has become an amazing cultural space. This is a therapeutic garden that is designed for Alzheimer's patients. It helps with their physical therapy. It provides the Alzheimer's patients a safe place to go out and wander and feel and interact. And it's really been proven that gardening and having access to these exterior spaces can improve your health. Everyone needs to have those spaces. Gardens can also be art. I mean, it's just pure and simple. This is a design done by Martha Schwartz. On the ground, it looks totally different than it does from the air. It's in an area with a lot of skyscrapers. The interesting thing about this design is that everyone, regardless of how you feel, you have a space to sit. Those are curvilinear benches. So if you're feeling really introverted, you can sit on the inside. This is a space at Clemson University. This is Sitting Pretty too. The landscape architecture students helped build this space. It's performance art. It's exterior space that becomes more than just a building or just a tree or just a plaza. It becomes those participatory spaces where everybody can involve and engage. We also help remember and honor the past and our common history. Everyone has been to Washington, D.C. Everyone has seen the memorials and the monuments. Multiple monuments have been designed by architects and landscape architects. This is the Franklin Delano Roosevelt exhibit in Washington, D.C., and it helps our children connect with that past. It helps us remember that common history, and it helps perpetuate it for the future. This is another local example. This is the Military Heritage Plaza at Clemson University. It helps bring that past military history back down to the university today. It is one of the few examples of the military history that most of the students are come to contact with on a day-to-day basis. For the most part, they're not familiar from that history. A little bit of numbers, 11%. This is the average amount that your property value, your home, can increase with good design as far as landscape design, good exterior design. 6 to 8 years, you can recoup the cost of proper landscape design if you use it for energy efficiency. And then 5 to 6 weeks is the amount of time that you'll reduce the time on the market. Next time you're in Falls Park, next time you're wandering around downtown, I want you to sit back and think about how that space has evolved you, how you have reacted to the space, and how that starts to become a dialogue between you and your space and your common person. If you'd like any more information, I am at Site Design. This is my contact. We do a full range of designs, everything from park and recreation to simple residential plans, and it truly is one of the coolest jobs in the world.